Kerala Sports Club, when football became a bridge for a better life. And I was actually standing in at the village football ground. So you might hear background sounds of people about of vehicles, but so bear with me. I want to get a I want to get a realistic sound picture behind me. In the 60s and the 70s, Keralites were breathing football. Every young boy dreamt of donning the state's jersey to play in the Santosh Trophy. Every village had a football ground. Every school, its budding stars. But for all its footballing talents, the state did not have the employment infrastructure. For thousands of footballers, football was much more than a game. It was a passport to dignity and economic status. A select few found employment in organizations like Premier Tires, FSCT, and a handful of other public undertakings. The majority continued to play in the local sevens tournament on compact grounds under floodlights. These sevens tournament was primarily played in the Malabar area, in that is Calicut, and in Trishur, Cochin, being the others. Played on compact grounds, flooded grounds with a packed audience. They earned a match fee and a bonus for every victory, and a hot meal, hoping to be spotted by some selector of the Santosh Trophy or some member of the company or corporate organization. If not, they packed their bags to migrate to distant cities, Delhi, Madras, or Calcutta, for a 9 to 5 employment to send home money to sustain the household, carrying with them their shattered dreams, battered suitcases, and hopes of their family being sustained well and for a better living. But nearly 2,000 kilometers away in distant Ahmedabad, a group of pioneering Malayalis watched these struggles with concern. They struggled to provide opportunities, and they strategized to provide opportunities to help build a meaningful life for these talented youngsters. Under the leadership of Mr. Kanunni Menon, then the manager of Prakash Theatre, they pooled their limited resources, arranged for accommodation to ensure that players had decent shelter, and also ensured that they never lacked food to ensure, by giving them supplies regularly, and found them odd jobs that till the time they found permanent jobs. Every newcomer to Ahmedabad did not merely find club officials on arrival, but host of Kerala family waiting to embrace him. For now, I mean, the journey was anything but easy for the club possessed limited financial muscle in comparison to the other competing teams. They had no infrastructure whatsoever, as I said earlier. Professional coaching was often unavailable, equipment was scarce, yet adversity fostered a remarkable camaraderie among these players who understood that they they represented not only themselves but all that aspiration of all the youngsters back home. Kerala Sports Club became one of Ahmedabad's most captivating attractions whenever they played after being registered with the Ahmedabad District Football Association. If footballers, thank you, thank you. If footballers, if foot, if footballers, a theatre, Kerala team staged a grand performance every time they played. Their philosophy resembled that of the Brazilian team of that era. Winning mattered, but entertaining the galleries also mattered equally. Every move reflected joy, imagination, and confidence. The fulsome and remarkable spirit is captured in many of their matches. The last league fixtures at times demanding only a draw to sneak into the final knockout. But from the first starting whistle, they started attacking wave after wave of attacks, as if only a victory would suffice. Exhilarating, reckless, and utterly irresistible. Whether they won or lost became secondary. What What happened was eh, they refused to they refused to betray their philosophy, but alas, they could not. They may not have accumulated many a silver in their cabinet, but they conquered something much more enduring, and the habits, the much more enduring, the hearts of the Malayali diaspora who strongly stands whenever they played, as well as the Gujarati population who took to them as if they were their own. After every season, saw players finding employment, but the nucleus of the team rested on two members, Jose and Rapai. Jose was born deaf and mute, but but his guards had blessed him with fantastic footballing intelligence. He was calm amidst the chaos. This midfielder had been a probable for the selection camp of the Indian team for the World Football Camp for the deaf and mute. He had an uncanny ability to read the game's many moves ahead. He's perfectly weighed through balls, sliced through with the defense with surgical precision. Every pass creative, every moment elegant. He orchestrated the midfield like a master conductor directing a magnificent orchestra. Exceptional talent of this young man. And behind him was the indomitable Rapai, the team's libero, commander, tireless engine, built like a blacksmith, broad shouldered, and possessed with an inexhaustible stamina. He seemed capable of covering blade every blade of grass. His He would thwart attacks with hunter's tackles before instantly transforming defense into attacks with his surging runs. The crowds adorned him, absolutely adored him for his dark complexion. He earned him a moniker, Kalia. Every time he tackled or he went down the field with his runs, they would chant Kalia, 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 and the entire stadium would reverberate to the chant, boosting Rapai's morale as also his team's morale. For me, Kerala Sports was more than a football team. It was a movement born from compassion, sustained by community spirit, and driven by belief that talent deserves opportunity. That it demonstrated that people when they unite for a common purpose, sport too can become an instrument of social transformation. Long before football academies, corporate sponsorship, and televised leagues, these selfless Malayalis in Ahmedabad quietly went about changing lives. They gave youngsters not only a place to stay, to earn and support their families, but to preserve their dignity and securing a job with their football skills. The greatest victory was never the final score, but the secure job that awaited them after the final whistle. The victory that transformed not just a footballer's life, but also the fortunes of an entire family. For Mr. Konani Menon and his team, they were delighted to see player off on his own finding a job so that other youngsters could come in and join the team, which would mean again making a new team, adjusting to the new, etc. It means starting from afresh. But that was the spirit of that lovely people that was the objective. The lessons I learned to be compassionate and also for the welfare, work for the welfare of the have-nots with as much diligence and hard work as I did for myself. Embrace the twist to enjoy the turn. Thank you.